Hey there, friends. Today's episode covers part 3 of our series on laying the foundation for your entrepreneurial success. We're talking about finding your tribe. As with parts 1 and 2, this is actually just the audio portion from a video series. So if you want to catch the actual video, check it out at millennialmm.com/tribe. I hope you enjoy the episode. Hey guys, first off, thanks so much to everybody who's been checking out the videos and those of you who have been interacting in the comments and shooting me emails and questions. I can't believe the excitement and just the buzz around the community that we're creating with this video series, but it's so exciting for me to be bringing people together who have the same passions than I do of really just growing a business, creating a business, identifying their opportunity for them to create a life of abundance. And as you could hopefully tell, I am so passionate about this stuff, and it's great to start to see the community come together. And I've been getting all sorts of questions and emails and just interaction from you guys, and I love hearing from you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's been truly an honor to serve you, and I hope to continue to do so with this video and throughout the rest of this series. But again, the reason that I'm filming all of this was because I wanted to provide it as a starting point for those of you who know that you have this passion for entrepreneurship and you know that you have so much potential that you want to tap into, but you just didn't know where exactly to get started. And so that's why we talked through the idea of creating a vision statement and setting the vision for your life. That's why we explored how to set goals, both long-term, medium, and short-term goals that are going to support your vision. That's why I've connected with over 150 inspirational thought leaders and mentors on the Millennial Mastermind podcast to talk about this stuff. I just get so jazzed up about it, and it's something that I can't stop talking about, honestly. And I love connecting with people like you who also get excited about the same things. And my mission is really to just help you unlock your full potential to start living this life of abundance and just attract into your life business opportunities, wealth, relationships that empower you to really change the world and to really live the best possible life. Because we got a short amount of time on this earth, so why not live it to the fullest? And it's, for me, about 3 years ago, it's just time to get off the sidelines. And I know just talking with a lot of you, that's where you're at. You're ready to get into the game. And that's what we're all about, is taking action and starting to live that life. And so the one key thing that's really stuck out to me that I learned first from my mentors and from the guests on the show, and then have really solidified this belief based on my own experience, is that it's in the relationships that we build. It's in the network that we develop that we can really make such a significant impact and really take enormous strides forward. You may have heard a lot of the famous quotes before about this. Things like, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, by Jim Rohn. Your network is your net worth, by Porter Gale. And then, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. I don't even know who said that, but it's a great quote, and I think that it's applicable here. And there's a reason that these type of famous quotes resurface throughout history, and it's because it's so true. Let me share a quick example for you. My friend Jason found himself in a similar position that I had felt and found myself in several years back, is that he was working a corporate job and he was experiencing success in that. He was moving forward in the company, in that organization, and had a lot of promise and could see a path ahead of him that led to a very successful and happy life. And there's a lot of people who do that for their entire careers and their entire lives, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm all for you finding a job out there that's going to fulfill you and help to create the life that you want to live. But for Jason and people like me, he knew that wasn't what his future looked like, and that wasn't the end all be all for him. You see, he had a dream of becoming an entrepreneur, and it was this itch that he just couldn't shake it, and he knew that he had to pursue that. And so that's when I met Jason, and that's when he came into my life. He attended one of my Launchpad Mastermind events, and I think this was at the end of 2017. He attended that event and very quickly joined up with one of our weekly mastermind groups where we went each week to hold each other accountable and really dive deeper into what the vision is for your life, what your goals are, and you're constantly evolving in that and working towards it. And as he went through this process and really dove deep and did that hard work of figuring out what he wanted to do, what he realized is that, yes, entrepreneurship was definitely the path he wanted to go down, but based on his specific skill set, he didn't want to be a solopreneur. He wanted to be part of a team. You see, Jason is an operational genius. His mind just does not work the same way that mine does. And what ended up happening is he identified an opportunity to help create a business, not just on his own, but actually with me. So he partnered up with me, and me and him now work hand in hand in building the Millennial Mastermind business. And this is not the journey that I'm saying you will go down. I'm not saying that this is the journey for everyone or anyone at all for that matter. But by surrounding himself with like-minded individuals, people who were working on building businesses, he was able to really get clarity on the direction that he wanted to take his life and the direction he wanted to go with his entrepreneurial career. And that led him now to be able to have a very focused path of how to build a business that really creates fulfillment for himself, but also is going to impact millions of people is our vision and is our goal around the globe. And so Jason's path, like I said, is unique. But I'm guessing if you're here and you're still following along in this video series, that you share that entrepreneurial drive and that ambition, and that resonates within you. And you see, we all have big dreams. And the fact that you're here means that yours is probably in that entrepreneurial space. You want to create a business and you want to just really expand your life. And I'm here to tell you that I know that there's a good chance of that happening if you're willing to take the right steps to do it. And there's nothing more aggravating than knowing you're not on the path now, or that you're not making progress towards that vision that we talked about in video 1, and you're not working towards those goals that you set in video 2. And what I truly believe, and what we talked about a little bit earlier, is it's that network, and it's the people that surround you that can really make the difference here. The people in your life will make the biggest difference in the trajectory of your own life. I'm also a firm believer that you can and you should enjoy the process. And that's what it is. I wish I could sit here and tell you in good faith that I know how to make it happen, all happen for you in a very, very quick amount of time. But yes, you can make a lot of progress in an amount of time, but you have to realize it is a process. But that is part of the beauty of it. That's part of the beauty of life, is this process of growing, of evolving, becoming the next version of yourself. And even as I look back to starting the podcast, I didn't know shit. I didn't know what I was doing at all. But I fondly look back on those days because I was just figuring it out. I mean, I don't suggest anybody goes back and listens to those early episodes because I don't know that there was any value added. Fortunately, actually, I can't say that because the guests that I brought on hopefully added some value. But me, myself, oh man, I was just really hacking my way through it. But I look back on that and I can't help but laugh because it was such a cool part of the process. And I'm still, learning every day and figuring out how to grow this business. And that's what I invite you to be a part of, is the process, the experience, and the joy of just unlocking the next level of your own potential. But it's not just achieving the goal that's going to bring that joy. It's going through the steps, and it's the growth. And being intentional about how you live your life plays such a role in this. It's being intentional about, the foods you put into your body, the content you consume, the activities that you participate in, and of course, the people who you surround yourself by. It's definitely not easy, but with the right people with you to support you, anything is attainable. Your wildest dreams can become your reality. And if you have people around you who can make that vision more realistic, who can give you feedback, who can help push you through the hard times, it becomes that much easier and more enjoyable because you have somebody to really go through it with you. And your efforts and your results might start slow, but they begin to compound and you begin to build momentum. And all of a sudden, the universe seems like it's showing up for you. Things just seem to start clicking in all areas of your life. And you shift from this mode of just surviving and getting by and struggling, trying to figure out what you need to do to thriving and growing and every day seeing progress. And it's exciting and it fills you with life and pushes you to keep going. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. Honest to God, it is something that once you get going, you just don't want to slow down. And again, it starts with that intention. You have to have the intention to take action and to make these moves in your life. And it sounds good and dandy. And hopefully some of you are getting fired up just hearing about this. But I know that a lot of you still have questions about how this all comes together. And in fact, we've heard some of these questions from you. And I wanted to take a minute just to go through some of these and talk through them because I think open and honest dialogue is the best way to conquer these things. And let's just start with this one. I got the question, where do I find the time? This was a recurring theme that came up in some of the comments and questions and emails that I've gotten is, where do you find the time? And honestly, it doesn't take as much time as you think to get started, going back to that idea of momentum. And once you get clarity on your vision and the goals that you want to accomplish, you're able to really identify what those micro steps, we talked about this in the second video of goal setting, getting down to those bite-sized steps. And what you can do is start carving out the time to accomplish those things. Maybe you have 30 minutes over your lunch break here. You can wake up 30 minutes. You can spend 15 minutes at the end of the day after work before you leave the office knocking out a few tasks or one thing. And what you start to do is aggregate these little time slots that you can start building up what you need to be doing, and that momentum starts to build. And then you start getting better at finding those things, those times, and you get better at things like time blocking, at activity batching. Those become your best friends. And it's not that you started with spending an hour a day, but maybe it was 15 minutes a day in the beginning. And it's this iterative, again, process as you learn and you grow and you start finding more time in your day and start getting better at different things so that the time you are spending can be used a little bit more wisely. So we have some great tactics that we've learned in the Millennial Mastermind that I hope to be able to share with you. Also, I get the question of, how do I get started? Well, I hope that this video series has started to give you giving you the tools to get started. Some of you may not even realize that creating a vision statement, setting goals is getting started. That is part of the process, and that's where I recommend going. But even if you've done that and it doesn't feel like you've really started, now at least you have the path to start taking action. And so it's just going through the process, trusting in the process, and beginning to take the action. And action begets action. And it's something that you'll learn as you start going. And again, momentum starts to carry you, and you start to understand more and more where you need to go. Also, a big piece of it is beginning to build out your network and starting to identify people who can help you in this journey. You'll hear me say it time and time again, the people in your life really do make a massive difference. And I'm learning that more and more every day as I go through this crazy entrepreneurial journey. Another question we got, how do I overcome the fear of failure or feeling of insecurity that my idea is crazy or different? Honestly, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but it comes back to the people in your life. It comes back to surrounding yourself with people who, when you share these ideas, they don't think it's crazy because they're just as weird, crazy, or as ambitious as you are. So all of a sudden, what idea or goal or mission sounds crazy to, somebody in your peer group sounds normal to the new people that you're starting to surround yourself. And maybe they help you even think bigger and realize that you can go even further with that crazy idea, because crazy is good in the entrepreneurial space. You want to find the other people who that message really resonates with. So it's attracting those people into your life and finding the groups of people who are going to help push you and accept you and support you with that crazy or different vision that you have. And also it comes again back to just starting to take action on those things. And as you start to take action, you start gaining confidence that you really could accomplish whatever it is and create that product, make that idea come to life, do the thing that you right now perceive as really crazy or impossible, all of a sudden starts to become much more realistic. And then the last question I'll share here was, how do I find the right people for my network? People are committed to their own vision and want to grow. Well, you've definitely found a good place here. I think that the Millennial Mastermind hopefully can be that for some of you. But also, one thing that I've done in the past is go out, find the content that you're consuming, the thought leaders that you follow in the space and in whatever area it is that you're passionate about, and find if there's a place online where other people who are interested in that are interacting. Is there a Facebook community? Are there people commenting on YouTube videos and interacting there? Find those places online. That's easy access to automatically just plug into a community of people who have similar interests and ambitions as you. And also, meetups are great. I guarantee, let's use entrepreneurship for the example here. If you want to go find a group of people who are interested in entrepreneurship and starting businesses, there's probably a meetup group or 10 in your local area, in your city, or somewhere nearby. So check it out. Go and attend one of those meetups. Maybe it's not right for you. Maybe you have to go to 10 or 20 of those different meetings till you find the right group for you. But again, it's about taking action, knowing what you want to do, and beginning to surround yourself by people who have a similar vision and a similar passion. You see, I can go on and on about that piece of it. That the people you surround yourself with are really going to be the ones who have the biggest impact on your life, your vision, creating just so much opportunity for you. And you might have, a great friend group, amazing family, really cool coworkers right now who you enjoy spending time with, who your ideas and your passions and your dreams just don't resonate with. And that's totally fine. I'm not telling you to write those people off and nix them from your life. No. But if you can begin having a more abundant mindset of bringing new people into your life as well, and spending more time with some of those people who are going to help push the needle forward for you, can have all the difference in the world. And I know that this is what really sets successful people around. I mean, you look at the Tim Ferrisses, the Gary Vaynerchuks, the Tony Robbins, all these people in the world, pro athletes, anybody you admire, go look at them and look at the people who they're spending time with. Go to their Instagram page and see who are they posting videos and who are they interacting with. It's other people of the same caliber, people who are doing things that are inspiring them. And so that's what we need to model, is to surround ourselves with the people who are going to inspire us and help drive our lives forward. I think Napoleon Hill, you guys may have heard me talk about this 10 times in my podcast, but he outlines the concept of mastermind groups in his book, Think and Grow Rich. And that is, he defines it as the coordination of knowledge and effort in the spirit of harmony towards a definite purpose. And that is exactly why we've created the Foundation Mastermind community. We wanted to bring people together who are working in this coordination of, and in the spirit of harmony towards making their entrepreneurial dreams and visions come true. And it's going to be an amazing group. I know that you guys who have resonated with these past couple of videos are going to enjoy it. We're going to be sharing a little bit more about it in an upcoming video. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you check that out. But what I learned and what I've seen as I've expanded is that there's these mastermind groups out there that are creating so much value for their members. But for those of us who don't have a business yet and might not be able to afford a $700 a month group, there has to be some place that we could come together and really work together to build out these dreams and these lives and find the mentors who are going to help us get to the next step. And that's the community that we're creating. So I'm very excited for the next video to share exactly what this looks like and to see if it's a good fit for you. We're also going to be offering a pretty ridiculous offer for those early adopters who jump on this thing, who want to be the first ones in. So just for 1 week only, we're going to be offering some pretty incredible offers and discounts. So I hope you guys are able to take advantage of that and help me build out this amazing community. But for right now, I would love to hear your thoughts and your questions and everything that you guys are experiencing. What is the one thing that you're going to take away from this video how are you going to start expanding your network and connecting with people who are going to really make a difference in your life? Can't wait to hear from you guys and look forward to seeing you in the next video.